Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. Selamat datang to our Kurus Talk Q&A santai. As always, bersama dengan saya Kevin Zahri every Tuesday pada jam 8 malam Malaysian time, and kita akan meluangkan lebih kurang sejam bersama untuk pelbagai soal jawab, mungkin pemakanan, again kesihatan, kawalan kurangkan berat badan, mungkin nak tambah berat badan you, ya, mungkin juga, and senaman, produk, kemusykilan, anything and everything. Kita also boleh bincangkan soalan-soalan yang tiada kena-mena dengan kesihatan pada masa yang sama juga. Ya, maybe you have personal questions for me. Dalam sehari dua ini, I have been posting a few personal things on my TikTok and Instagram, terutamanya, which is about my latar belakang persekolahan. And the reason why I posted it is because selalu juga kadang-kadang orang nak tahu tentang latar belakang saya and all, and everybody has their own journeys. Semua orang ada kisah yang tersendiri. Semua orang ada ups and downs kehidupan. That what makes life so interesting. And yeah, you know, if my stories memberi motivasi dan inspirasi kepada anda, sangat-sangat dialu-alukan, and perhaps I will share more things over the next few days. Sebenarnya banyak kisah yang boleh dikongsi. I had a really good life. I'm 44 years old now. Good life, but it's a package deal. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of amazing times. There's going to be a bit of low times. There's going to be a lot of sederhana times as well. You cannot asyik menanti atau mengharapkan blue skies and rainbow and kesempurnaan. Kehidupan is not semudah itu. Kalau your life is full of blue skies and rainbows sahaja, boring juga. It's the same thing kalau you pergi bercuti di pantai, and after the first day you sampai ke pantai, you teruja tengok ombak and laut, but minggu ke minggu lama-lama you will be bored as well, and you will perhaps miss terkesibukkan and kegilaan bandar. So yeah, grass is always greener on the other side, and I think kepelbagaian dalam kehidupan makes life more interesting as well. Yeah, so again, if you have sebarang pertanyaan about anything and everything, ya, sila menggunakan ruangan chat, komen kita untuk bertanyakan soalan anda. There are no right or wrong questions. Tak perlu rasa malu-malu. This for me is a safe space, and we can discuss things as intellectually and as padat as possible pada malam ini. Yeah, and if you haven't done so yet, before I get started, just help me to share the live session dengan kawan-kawan seperjuangan supaya mereka juga mungkin dapat ilham and knowledge bersama pada malam ini. Yeah, and then one more thing, I've been trying to figure out a way to go live simultaneously. Currently, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. I've been trying to find a way that allows me to go live simultaneously on Instagram and TikTok as well, using one camera and one platform. But so far, based on my research, dia belum lagi ada a lot of these multicast platforms. I'm using StreamYard. They supported Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook and YouTube, but TikTok and Instagram belum lagi. So I might experiment with, you know, ada 2-3 device ke apa. But it's always, let's say, tengok sini, tengok sana, tengok komen sini, tengok komen sana. It's always a bit chaotic. All right, so let's get going pada malam ini. And waalaikumsalam, apa khabar? Yeah, and the first question that we have here is from Izuddin, ya, daripada Facebook. Just nak tanya, I've tried so many different ways to gain weight, but I can't. Any advice? Yeah, now, menambah berat badan is lebih susah sebenarnya bagi mereka yang kurus kering. And untuk menambah berat badan, you need two things. You need bahan binaan and you need a reason. Now, bahan binaan comes from surplus makanan, whereas weight loss too is deficit makanan, deficit calorie. For weight gain, penambahan berat badan, you need surplus calorie. So number one, you have to figure out berapakah keperluan kalori seharian anda. and then you kena menambah sikit, mungkin 400-500 kalori ke apa, and that is your bahan binaan. But if your body tak ada keperluan to menggunakan this bahan binaan, then your body will just again melawas benda tu balik, because body will say, hey body, there is no need for me to menggunakan this bahan binaan yang berlebihan, and you tak menambah berat badan. So the second thing you need is the sebab or the reason. And the reason comes from senaman, rintangan, bebanan ke apa. The senaman, rintangan, bebanan, hukumnya is agak wajib kalau nak menambah berat badan. For nak kurus, tak wajib bersenam. Mungkin sunat muakkad ke apa. But untuk menambah berat badan, you must bersenam to give the body a reason untuk menggunakan bahan binaan yang berlebihan itu untuk menampal koyakkan otot hasil daripada senaman rintangan. So again, the senaman rintangan, panjang pendek otot tu basically akan menyebabkan koyakan yang mikroskopik that will tell the body, hey body, otot ni tak cukup kuat tu menampung senaman semalam, silalah menampalnya, and then it will then mencari bahan binaan surplus itu untuk menampal and membesarkan dan menambah berat badan. So again, to recap, if you hanya makan makanan yang berlebihan, termasuklah weight gain dan pelbagai, tanpa senaman tak boleh tambah berat badan. If you tak cukup makan and you hanya bersenam sahaja, walaupun ia berkualiti, badan nak membesar but tak ada bahan binaan. So you must have both, which is makanan yang berlebihan, bahan binaan, and then nombor dua, you have to have the catalyst, sebab, reason daripada senaman rintangan untuk menambah berat badan. Beres. Yeah, all the best. Weight gain takes time. If weight loss, our program is katakanlah, kurangkan 10 kilo 6 minggu. Untuk menambah berat badan, usually it is 2 kali ganda lebih lama, because the more active you are, it tends to work against you. Berbeza dengan kurangkan berat badan where it works untuk membantu pada masa yang sama. Yeah. So weight gain takes longer. I personally pun dulu after sekolah pun cekeding je biasa-biasa. And then when I was in the US, because I was very competitive in sports, I felt I have to step up my game. So I went to the gym, started fitness training, jaga makan to again membina badan, not to tayang diri ke apa, but again for performance sports and pertandingan. Yeah, all the best. Yeah, next question. Intan, Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Saya penghidap hypothyroid. Tolong saya nak turunkan berat badan tapi banyak yang saya tak boleh makan. So pilihan apa yang saya ada? So now, if you have a hypothyroid, that means you have a sluggish thyroid yang boleh mengurangkan metabolisme, boleh make it harder juga untuk mengurangkan berat badan. And now, Intan, if you cannot makan banyak jenis makanan disebabkan masalah hypothyroid, my advice to you is check with your doctor, check with your physician, what are you allowed to makan supaya ia membantu keadaan Intan untuk mengatasinya. But the larangan makanan sekiranya ada, sepatutnya membantu anda untuk mengawal berat badan if you have a sluggish thyroid pada masa yang sama. But again, I would recommend you check dengan your physician untuk panduan yang lebih lanjut. Yeah, wishing you all the best and inshallah quick and safe recovery. Minum air sekejap. All right, then we have a question here from Zach. Susu apa yang boleh minum sebabnya untuk diet? Low fat or full cream? Dan Nestem sesuai tak untuk diet? There is no larangan dalam diet secara umumnya. There's not people say, jangan makan ini, jangan makan itu. Don't overcomplicate uncomplicated things. My advice is, makanlah whatever that you desire, but mahir mengenali perbezaannya, low fat milk or normal milk or full cream milk, and mahir mengenali kalori makanan tersebut. I know, I say kalori macam, alamak Cik Kevin, boringnya kena kira kalori ke? You don't have to kira kalori, but you have to mahir mengenalinya supaya at the end of the day, you can melakukan pilihan yang agak bijaksana. And beza of course, low fat milk dengan full cream milk. The low fat milk has less fat. The full cream milk has more fat. And then 1 gram lemak is 9 kalori. And if you banyak makan makanan yang berlemak tinggi, then the pengambilan boleh menjadi pengambilan kalori yang agak banyak, because again 1 gram lemak is 9 kalori. But again, jangan panik. Does not mean 10 gram 90 kalori akan membinasakan your plant diet. Keperluan Zach, kebarangkalian besar, if you are a male, maybe dalam lingkungan 1008-2002. So again, it's quite a lot. So minum Nestum sini, Nestum sana, Milo sini, Milo sana, sini sana. Again, it's not about makan A, B, or C. It's about keseluruhan makanan dalam seharian berbanding keperluan. And if you have never mengambil berat tentang benda tu, pada permulaannya memang berdoa je lah, engkau agak remeh-temeh. But janji dengan you, after seminggu dua, it's quite straightforward and mahir untuk mengenali keadaan. It's the same thing dengan kewangan. If you baru katakan lepas sekolah, baru masuk universiti, first time cuba mengawal kehidupan sendiri, ada budget yang diberikan, it takes some time, ya, mungkin berbulan-bulan untuk mahir mengawal kewangan tu. It's the same thing dengan kalori pemakanan. It takes time, but if you make it amalan sepanjang hayat, tak perlu kira kalori atau kira duit belanja every cent tu berapa, and you dah mahir mengawal kewangan, mahir mengawal pemakanan yang agak sederhana. Alright, next question that we have here. Yeah, again, thank you so much for joining everybody. I will try to answer the questions seringkas yang possible. Muhammad Faizal, Fatih, hello Kevin. Hai, saya kurangkan 20 kilo dalam 3 bulan. Macam mana nak kawal makan? Saya nak kurangkan 20 kilo dalam 3 bulan. Macam mana nak kawal makan? Apa cara yang terbaik? So now, first and foremost, Faizal, tahniah diucapkan kerana ingin mengurangkan berat badan. But mengurangkan 20 kilo 3 bulan is not mudah. Sangat perlukan dedikasi yang tinggi. Perlukan pemakanan yang terkawal. Perlukan gaya hidup yang sangat aktif. It's easy to melontarkan the words nak kurangkan 20 kilo 3 bulan, but realitinya is not semudah itu. My advice to you is, you have to tepuk dada, tanya diri, mampukah anda mengurangkan 20 kilo 3 bulan itu? If you say mampu or yes, then I would ask you, Faizal, how? Because the how tu is penting, because if setakat you say yes, boleh, but you don't know how, then end of the day, hasil tu tak ke mana, kecewa. So the ilmu tu is really important, and that's what we focus on in our program. So if you have not joined us ever, I would highly recommend you go on bukansoalkurus.com. We are starting a new challenge very soon, di mana kita fokus kepada pendidikan untuk memperkasakan Faizal anda semua untuk memulakan this perjuangan. And my job in this journey of yours is always to help you manage expectation supaya you taklah just main belasah sahaja. So macam mana nak kawal nafsu makan? Basically, you have to memahami cara atau makanan yang mengenyangkan dengan makanan yang menggembirakan. In your journey of kurus, dua-dua perlu. Makanan yang menggembirakan dan makanan yang mengenyangkan. Because if you asyik makan yang mengenyangkan, yang sihat, memanjang, bosan kau. If you asyik makan yang menggembirakan je, tak kenyang-kenyang, berlebihan, masalah kau juga. So you have to mahir mengawal atau mengenali makanan yang menggembirakan dan mengenyangkan. Always mendahulukan yang mengenyangkan, keep yang menggembirakan selepas makan dah yang mengenyangkan. So again, how to mengenali yang mengenyangkan? Fiber and protein. Dua-dua ini mengenyangkan. Oats, fiber, sayur, fiber, cereal, brown bread, brown rice, protein, ayam, ikan, itik, susu, ya, telur. So again, make sure when you makan lauk, nasi sekalipun, sayur tu ada, ayam yang ada. Kalau ayam tu mungkin bahagian dada yang agak bersih. And if dia nak makan selepas tu pencuci mulut, dessert, that's menggembirakan. Keep it pada penghujung rancangan supaya you tak mendahulukannya. So mengawal nafsu makan really banyak bergantung kepada mengenali makanan, terutamanya makanan yang mengenyangkan versus yang menggembirakan. But dua-dua tu perlu. Beres. Alright. David is asking, how true is it that coffee can affect kidney function? Now, anything berlebihan is going to menyebabkan masalah. The problem with coffee is that it is diuretic, so it makes the body basically flush more air, which can place more stress on the organ badan to remove it from your system. So your kidneys and your bladder will have to work overtime. So if you abuse, even minum air dengan banyak, you flush, it can stress the kidneys, stress your bladder as well. So everything in moderation. Coffee, the moderation probably would be 1, 2, 3 bat cawan sehari. I drink coffee as well in moderation. But for me, the biggest masalah dengan caffeine is not really the kidney. The biggest masalah with coffee is caffeine. Caffeine is a stimulant. Dia merangsangkan your metabolism. Sounds great when it comes to nak kurangkan berat badan, but it always makes you feel like something is happening, but nothing is happening. And if you're caffeine sensitive, lagi lah you will feel that impact. And also, caffeine has a quality that robs the body of calcium. Hence, tak dibenarkan makan minum benda yang bercaffeine if you are pregnant or breastfeeding or kids. Because if it robs the body of calcium, boleh membantutkan pembesaran fetus, boleh bantutkan pembesaran kanak-kanak. So again, there are various qualities, positive and negative, of everything that we perhaps makan dan minum. And for me, the important thing is always moderation, because you don't want to live forever juga. You want to enjoy the journey of your life, but you want to enjoy it dengan berkualiti. Yeah, so moderation is key, including pengambilan coffee as well. All right. La. Yeah, Jesse soalan yang sama juga. Yeah, do try and check with your physician because each individual's case might be more unique. Ya, Hayana Zahira, boleh tak sauna hari-hari untuk kurus? Boleh. There's nothing wrong with the sauna. Sauna ni basically is macam bersenam tapi tak bersenam, termenung sahaja, because your body kena bekerja keras untuk melawan keadaan cuaca yang agak panas terik. It's the same thing if you bersenam berhawa dingin dengan bersenam di tempat yang panas dan lembap. It makes the body work harder untuk mengekalkan suhu badan. Your car pun sama juga. Kalau panas, on the aircon, car has to work harder to maintain core temperature. So in the sauna, basically you will meningkatkan pembakaran kalori, number one, versus duduk termenung dekat rumah aircon sahaja. And the number two, of course, you will sweat a lot. Why do you sweat a lot? Because that is the body's a thermodynamic way to cool down permukaan muka kulit. Because once you condensate water off the surface permukaan muka kulit, it cools it down thermodynamically. Yeah, that's where my engineering degree comes in handy. So yeah, but it is perlu every day. I would not recommend you to bersenam pun every day. I would recommend you to do on the sauna perhaps, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 kali. It also depends on the intensity of the sauna. Not all the saunas have the same intensity. So you have to tepuk dada, tanya selera, and look at the intensity of the sauna and the duration, whether you should do it dengan lebih kerap or kurang kerap, but always utamakan keselamatan. Don't overdo it. Beres. All right, next question that we have here daripada Zainon. Salam Kevin. Waalaikumsalam. Kenapa tu makan tak banyak sangat tapi berat badan berlebihan, melebihi ketinggian, nak kurus tapi tak ada masa untuk bersenam. Now, let me start with the last statement. Nak kurus tapi tak ada masa untuk bersenam. If you nak 1000 daya, or nak 1000 dalih, kena ada 1000 daya, betul? So, if you want something, you have to earn and make it happen. You cannot want something and don't work for it. And when it comes to kurangkan kawalan berat badan dan bersenam, you have to make time. That means you have to mengurus masa, mengurus kehidupan, mengawal pekerjaan, pembelajaran. You have to make time to do the things that your body needs to function pada tahap yang diharapkan. So you have to make time untuk mencapai maklum Zainon itu. And if you cakap makan tak banyak sangat tapi berat tu berlebihan, it's hard to answer that question because I don't know what is istilah berlebihan for you, it might not be the same for me. So I would recommend you again, do check out our program, Bukan Soal Kurus ke Apa, or Educate Diri Sendiri, if you like, tentang mengenali what is keperluan diri and what do you actually makan that you istilahkan as banyak, supaya then you boleh compare the two, which we will teach you, supaya then dia jadi lebih clear whether the quantity yang berlebihan tu betul-betul berlebihan or actually tak. Yeah, wishing you all the best. I know pengurusan masa, pengurusan kehidupan is not easy. It's a never-ending journey, but you have to respect and mengawal masa. If you tak menghormati masa, masa takkan menghormati kita, and masa will mengawal you, and you will always be stressed and always be rushing, and you have no time for anything. So you have to mengawal keadaan untuk kepentingan diri sendiri. I know it sounds a bit selfish, but untuk menjaga orang lain, you have to menjaga diri terlebih dahulu. Because if you tak terurus, macam mana you nak menjaga orang lain? So the nawaitu niat for me always is, I have to make time for diri sendiri supaya I can mencari ketenteraman dan kesihatan diri sendiri, which will then help me to take care of orang lain pada masa yang sama. Yeah, wishing you all the best, Simon. Okay, next we have here from Mary Patricia. Coach Kevin, may I ask, why do I always feel pain on my arm, especially from the shoulder to the elbow when I do pull-up bars or push-ups? What is your advice? Or am I exercising the wrong way? Now, again, let me start with the last one, which is, am I exercising the wrong way? It could be. I cannot judge just by the question that you ask. Even on our platform, on our community, we have a posture check space where people upload videos of certain things that they're not sure about, and then we can intellectually make a comment. So now, if you are in our program, do use that space. If you are not, you are welcome to join. But if you do not want to just yet, you can tag me in the take a video of the lat pull down or pull up bars or push ups, and I can probably give you a complimentary advice if I have the time to check on the posture. But even if you don't do it with me, check it with a personal trainer or a physiotherapist. If everything looks good, technique-wise, could be issue of wear and tear, could be hyperextension, could be a dead shoulder, could be a pinched nerve. Yeah, so I personally also had an issue with my shoulder a while ago, which when I sleep on my side, it always is pinching, and it came down to posture, where my shoulders tend to slouch forward a little bit. So I had to focus a lot on upper body training to bring my shoulder position ke belakang sikit. So Mary Patricia, it could be one of those things where the posture of your shoulder too is a bit hunched. And again, a physiotherapist would be able to tell you that, and then maybe do some shock therapy or physiotherapy to help you out juga. So don't be afraid to visit a physiotherapist. I visit a physiotherapist regularly, although nothing is broken, nothing is torn. If there's anything I feel discomfort in my joints, I always sort of rest first. Doesn't go away. I go to a physiotherapist just to get a proper professional diagnosis and focus on the recovery secepat mungkin. Jangan memperkecilkan the issue, because then it can lead to masalah yang lebih besar. All right, now again, if you're just joining us, welcome to our live Q&A Santai Talk with me, every Tuesday for an hour between 8 to 9. If you have any questions about anything and everything, feel free to gunakan ruangan chat. I will try and answer as many questions as I can. And if you haven't done so yet as well, tolong kongsikan this live chat dengan kawan-kawan supaya mereka mungkin dapat peluang belajar bersama. Alright, daripada Captain Muhammad Hafiz, he has a amazing weight loss success story that he emailed me just recently. I shall be posting it secepat mungkin, Captain. So again, Assalamualaikum salam. mohon pencerahan, boleh tuan berikan pecahan workout yang terbaik dalam seminggu untuk latihan yang berikut. Isolation exercises, compound, core, cardio. Saya kurang faham kerana terdapat pelbagai variasi bacaan. Harap dapat basis knowledge about it. Now again, very good question. And there is no satu pecahan yang terbaik. The best pecahan, and I will just lower down sekejap the question supaya people can still see me. But again, long story short, there is no pecahan yang terbaik. I believe in pecahan senaman yang pelbagai supaya dia ada variety dalam attacking the body. If you always do isolation, always buat compound, always buat susunan yang sama, then your body always dapat pemangkin rangsangan yang sama juga. So what I personally do, there are days I only do compound movements. And untuk para peserta hari ini, what is a compound movement? A compound movement is a movement yang menggunakan lebih daripada satu otot. Basically, this will be your lat pull downs, your bench press, your push-ups, your leg press. So basically melibatkan more than one muscle. Shoulder press juga. Isolation exercises are more on specific muscles sahaja. Example, I can do a lateral shoulder raise, I can do a bicep curl. So it only focuses on one muscle sahaja. So there are days I do compound. There are days I do isometric. There are days that I do both. I start out with the compound dulu because compound needs a bit more energy. So I usually suka buat the compound senaman pada permulaan workout, and I keep the isolation exercises usually pada penghujungnya. Because again, they don't require perhaps as much tenaga as the compound ones and not as much focus juga. But sometimes I terbalikkan just to mix it up and keep it fun. So again, Captain, there's no real right and wrong. It's really about mixing it up supaya it is interesting for you juga. Okay, Syafiq, YouTube, ya, Assalamualaikum salam. Macam mana nak fat loss bukan muscle? Now, the bad news is this. You cannot really just kurangkan lemak badan tanpa kurangkan otot badan. Same thing when you menambah berat badan, it's not really that you just menambah lemak semata-mata. Usually it is gabungan lemak, otot and air when you gain weight, and it is gabungan ketiga-tiga juga when you kurangkan berat badan. That's why when you see bodybuilders off season, they look macam out of shape. Padahal they're trying to go into a bulking phase because they understand it's hard to just gain muscle. Even if you could, tak boleh. So at the end of the day, they pasrah and reda. So they will menambah berat badan while they go on a bulking phase dengan makanan surplus. And then they cut down into a cutting phase supaya the hasil of these dua fasa is penambahan otot and pengurangan lemak badan. So now, in your case, if you nak kurangkan berat badan, it does not mean you just pasrah and serah diri, tak boleh nak kurangkan ataupun kekalkan otot. You must melibatkan senaman bebanan in your weight loss journey to minimize the muscle loss as much as possible. If you tak melibatkan senaman bebanan in your kurus journey, you will lose more otot than you like and you nampak cekeding pensel, which is not what you idamkan. So untuk dapatkan badan yang diharapkan dengan bentuk badan yang unggul, you have to again, yes, jaga makan, pasrah dengan there will be a bit of muscle loss perhaps, but fight back dengan melibatkan senaman rintangan in the weight loss journey supaya you can keep as much otot as possible during the weight loss journey. Beres? Beres. Yeah, very good question. Alright, daripada Muhammad Najmi Iqbal, Waalaikumsalam. Baju Puma beli kat mana? Barang sukan beli dekat mana? I bought this and this is a Puma. I'm not sponsored by Puma. I basically, like my shoe video before, I have no sponsor. I believe whatever I like. So this happens to be a Puma hoodie, and I bought this at MST. MST is a golf punya kedai, and golfers usually, especially in the European countries, they wear tops during the fall and spring. Yeah, so this is from MST. But my other Puma baju, if I buy Puma pun, I usually go to the Puma shop dekat mana-mana mall, or I usually go to factory outlets, yeah, in Johor or Mitsui, KLCC, where you can always really get the same baju yang mungkin last season maybe lewat 2-3 bulan, but so much cheaper daripada you beli new arrival dekat kedai. So usually I would buy a lot of my bajus dekat the factory outlets from Puma, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. And again, I'm not favorite mana-mana jenama. It's based on musim and based on the cutting. Yeah. Okay. La 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 la. Suraya, walaikum salam. I'm your follower since 2007. Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, almost what, 16, 17 years. Thank you so much, Suraya, for following me. And I do hope that the following has memberi impact yang positive. And yeah, your BMI still maintain 21 to 23. Yeah, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. And yeah, my job is to mengajar. It is to educate. And it's not up to me whether you berjaya or gagal. Dia macam cikgu sekolah juga. At the end of the day, what the teachers do is we educate and we cuba untuk, empower anda untuk own the journey. But the berjaya gagalnya is dalam tangan diri sendiri. And when it comes to kurus, it's kau nak ke tak nak. It's not soal cuaca or politik negara or pandemic. It's soal you jaga makan, you aktif diri ke tak. It's all about you. And if you want it, you can memperolehinya, but you have to earn it. You have to work for it, and you have to do it dengan berpanjangan supaya at the end of the day you dapat membina consistency. It's not about program 30 hari, program 3 bulan, or program setahun. It is about perjuangan sepanjang hayat. And for it to be perjuangan sepanjang hayat, it has to be fun. It has to be menggembirakan. And that's where you must have makanan yang menggembirakan juga. Your ice cream, your chocolate, your air manis and all, which I makan minum every day in moderation supaya it becomes part of the process. And bukannya you have this diet untuk sebulan, no sugar, no fat, no process, then you just do it untuk menanti hujung rancangan, and then you go back to cara yang lama. Does not solve your problem. Always remember, kejayaan mana-mana bidang, kekeluargaan, kerjaya, family, kesihatan, kewangan is all about sustainability and being consistent with what you do. Then you dapat membina tapak yang kukuh untuk membina kejayaan. Don't focus on short term so much, and don't make so drastic changes that it's hard untuk dikekalkan. Bukan tak boleh, boleh, but you have to tepuk dada and tanya selera and see what works for you, and then make adjustments along the journey. Beres? Beres. All right, let's see. Linda, thank you so much, for contributing as well. Linda is one of our fitness coaches as well in our program. Sangat-sangat bijaksana and always very helpful. Yeah, Yeah, thank you so much, Faizal. 4, yeah. 4. Cawan saya pengau kopi pun, yeah. So again, 2 is less caffeine than 4, but I posted this post before on jumlah caffeine dalam jenis minuman yang berbeza-beza. Because if you have a, let's say, Nescafe coffee, you have a Starbucks coffee, there's different caffeine percentages in each one of these. So it depends on what kind of coffee that you consume. So the limit is not so much on bilangan cawan. The limit is more based on the number of milligrams of caffeine that you consume per day. Yeah, you're welcome, David. All the best. All right, Lukman. Hi, Coach. Hi. For those yang baru berjinak-jinak with active lifestyle, is sport massage recommended, or normal traditional massage is sufficient for body recovery? Now, sports massage and let's say urutan yang santai, traditional oil massage serves 2 different purposes. The sports massage is usually more deep tissue to try and move your lymphatic fluid, to loosen up the muscles. Not very enjoyable, but serves a purpose. Yeah, to help you with recovery and all. Whereas the urutan yang senyuman muka and you enjoy and you relax, the purpose is not so much on recovery physical, but recovery mental, because it's more relaxation. So I do both. I would recommend both as well, depending on what you are looking for at that point in time. But if you baru berjinak-jinak nak bersenam, I don't think you have to look at sports massages or urutan secara umumnya as a must-have component. I would rather you focus on aktifkan diri dulu. And if you want to, yeah, once in a while you can go for massages. Sama ada it's a deep tissue, Swedish sport, physiotherapy, or urutan yang menggembirakan. At the end of the day, tanya selera and see what you are looking for. La 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 la. Yeah, Zach. Last soalan, no worries. Ya, antara berjalan atas treadmill or berbicycle, mana yang lebih baik? Berat saya 125 dah sekarang. Saya nak mulakan diet. Now, if you are 125 kilos, Zach, you can berjalan atas treadmill. Very, very safe. At your weight juga. And if dia tak mencabar, you can incline the treadmill supaya lebih mencabar buat diri anda. Berbicycle pun okay juga. But if it is a non-stationary bike, which means berbicycle dekat luar, of course there is the risiko jatuh, kecederaan dan sebagainya. So again, the terrain of where you berbicycle tu penting, because the last thing you want, Zach, is to cedera dalam permulaan program senaman. So always utamakan keselamatan. But dua-dua senaman, berbicycle and berjalan, dua-dua low impact or zero impact, which are good for your joints. And if you just nak mulakan your program, ya, dialu-alukan, to join us. Ya, just layari bukansoalkurus.com. I think registrations for the next program will start dalam sehari dua ini. Very educational and membantu individu-individu like Zach untuk memulakan dengan langkah yang pertama. Ya, wishing you all the best, Zach. La 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 la. Sharifah, Assalamualaikum, salam. Semoga sihat, selalu sihat. Sentiasa termotivasi dengar kata-kataku. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, motivation is important. And motivation mungkin menjadi penggerak permulaan, but at the end of the day, you must continue that pergerakan supaya you tak bergantung semata-mata kepada pemangkin or kata-kata pencetus. So again, the booster that people like us give you is just to give you that little nudge, but you must cayokkan diri to maintain that momentum. Jangan serahkan the motivational push factor kepada orang lain. You must be your biggest motivator first and foremost. Ramai orang are their worst critic more so than their biggest motivator. You must terbalikkannya. And it's okay to angkat bakul diri sendiri. It's okay to cayokkan diri. It's okay to believe in diri sendiri, because there's only one you in this world. There's nobody else like you. Nothing wrong with that at all. But you must cayokkan diri. You must angkat bakul diri sendiri, and you must motivate diri all day, every day. And if you ask me, Cik Kevin, adakah Cik Kevin seorang yang sentiasa bermotivasi hari-hari? No, there's no one that is motivated 24 jam, 7 hari seminggu, 365 hari setahun. We all have ups and downs, but it's during those ups and downs that we must make sure that this water positive too is still there. There will be days the negative voice too takes over, but you must always sort of counter and fight it. And I guarantee you, everyone you know, yang berjaya ke, yang kurang berjaya, yang terfamous ke apa ke, semua berdepan dengan pelbagai suara-suara dalaman. And it's a constant perjuangan to make sure that the positive voice tu lebih kuat berbanding the negative voice. Easy, not meant to be easy. It's meant to be cabaran kehidupan, but that is what makes life so interesting. And you have to menilai this as a good thing. The cabaran kehidupan should not be macam alamak cabaran memanjang masa. That's very negative. You have to enjoy the cabaran kehidupan, because if you don't fall down, you won't appreciate the good times. So the bad times are there to make you appreciate the better times. So you have to sahut cabaran kehidupan with a smile and embrace the journey, supaya you tak asyik mengharapkan blue skies and rainbow, but you expect the weather to change and bergelora, but sebanyak mungkin you mengawal hala tuju kapal masing-masing. Yeah, all the best. Yeah, Vanessa, I think I just covered this just now. This is the encouragement for you. I hope that applies to you as well. Yeah, it's not meant to be easy, and that's what should make you interested in it. I posted yesterday on Instagram and TikTok that my favorite subject in school was mathematic tambahan. At maths was my favorite subject. For most people, yang paling dibenci, paling tak suka, I loved it. Why? Because it was so challenging. It's so interesting to try and solve the problems. Because when you do solve it, puas, happy. You dapat kepuasan yang menggairahkan, and that what drew me to math. And the harder the question, the more I was so happy to sit there for hours just to look at the problem and to try and come up with the solution, because there is a solution to the problem. It's math, it's science. So with the journey of your life, there are problems, sure, but it's for you to figure out what they are, and for you to figure out what the solutions are. And most likely, when it comes to fitness, pemakanan, kawalan berat badan, the problems are very obvious. Kawalan masa, makan banyak sangat, la 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 la. So it's for you to, angkat tangan, take ownership, and look at what needs to change, because without change, things remain the same. So you have to make compromises, make changes supaya benda tu boleh diselesaikan. And again, when it comes to soal kesihatan, kecergasan, senaman, it is in your hands. You nak tak nak, if you nak, you find a way to mengatasinya supaya ia menjadi amalan sepanjang masa seboleh-bolehnya. Yeah, Vanessa, all the best to you. Umi Idrus, Assalamualaikum. Cik, orang Melayu campur ke, Cik? Macam lain, saya baru follow Cik saja soalan saya. Saya kacukkan, ibu saya orang Jerman, my dad orang Johor Melayu. I dibesarkan di Germany sampai darjah 6 dan sekolah menengah di sini. Handsome tak ke mana pun. At the end of the day, isteri seorang juga, which is the same like everybody else. So it doesn't really make much difference to me. But yeah, bersyukur dengan apa yang ada. Okay, next question here. Waalaikumsalam. Daripada Kamarul or Farihan. Apakah cara untuk mengelakkan kaki selalu cramp and simpul biawak selepas workout pada siang hari? Mohon pencerahan coach. Now, there's 2-3 perkara yang boleh menjadi faktor cramping pada bahagian yang tertentu. Number 1, it could be malnutrition or tak makan langsung sebelum bersenam, or dehydration, which can lead to cramping. So again, trial and error dengan pemakanan pre-workout supaya you workout, your badan dapat membakar makanan untuk melaksanakan the workout. Nombor 2, look at your shoes. If you're wearing the wrong kind of shoes untuk senaman yang tertentu, then your sendi and otot have to work overtime to membetulkan, menyimbangkan kedudukan, which will again mempercepatkan fatigue sendi otot tersebut. So look at your shoes. Don't wear a running shoe for senaman, melainkan jalan yang lurus and berlari sahaja. For any other pergerakan, you would need a proper training shoe or kasut yang khas buat aktiviti tersebut. And yang last sekali, I would recommend looking at your technique senaman, your posture senaman, because if you have wrong posture, again, contohnya if you are walking a lot, where you asyik menyandar diri ke depan atau ke belakang dengan excessively, your body has to work overtime untuk menyimbangkan diri. If you lari pun, but your strides are very berimpact tinggi, again, wear and tear on your keting, on your betis, on your joints will cepat fatigue, and then they will berdepan dengan cramping dengan lebih cepat. So yeah, jangan memperkecilkan kualiti senaman, including your warm up and your cool down, and also wear and tear badan. If you every day buat senaman yang sama, again your muscles will wear out lebih cepat juga. Beres. All right, let me see what else we have here. Again, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, I apologize if I cannot answer all the question. Let me see what else we have here. Aimi, saya lebih suka brisk walk dekat luar, buat workout based on YouTube, but as a woman, kita takut untuk brisk walk seorang diri sebab kat sini tak sempat, tak ada tempat untuk exercise, just the beach. Yeah. So again, yeah, tempat senaman is pilihan masing-masing. I think this is more of a internal discussion. Let me see. Syariat, adakah berjogging tanpa pemanasan badan atau regangan otot itu bahaya? Now, pemanasan badan dengan regangan badan for me adalah dua perkara yang berbeza. When you do mana-mana senaman, my advice is this. First, you panaskan badan, then you buat regangan dynamic, then you buat your workout, then you buat static regangan, then you cool down. How to remember? Very simple. Jangan regangkan otot yang sejuk. Always bayangkan otot you ni is macam getah. If your getah is sejuk, dia mudah putus. But once the getah tu is lebih panas, then dia mudah untuk dipanjangkan tanpa dia putus. So same thing when you bersenam. Jangan start dengan regangan. And when you buat regangan, don't do this static regangan. This regangan is called static regangan, tak sesuai untuk panaskan badan because you are really just stretching otot yang mungkin sejuk ketika itu. So what you want to do is go for dynamic regangan. Dynamic regangan is basically to mobilize the joint, just go through the range of motions untuk menggerakkan sendi badan. That is called dynamic regangan. That is sesuai untuk sebelum bersenam. And then after bersenam, then you can do your static regangan yang di sekolah yang kira 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is called static regangan where you hold the stretch. And that one is sesuai for post-workout. And then you cool down. Jangan cool down dulu, baru buat regangan. Never regangkan otot yang dah sejuk. So, yes, syariat, bahaya, but it is not lah bahaya hidup mati ke apa. So if I go jogging contohnya, I might start off with just brisk walking while I regangkan badan, tak semestinya berdiri setempat, and then I will go for my actual jog. Same thing badminton. Usually kalau main badminton kesukan, I gatal nak bersukan sekarang because dah tempah court. So I usually don't do the regangan dekat luar gelanggang ke apa. I will step into the court, but the first 5-10 minutes, I spend time to just slowly, very gently go through the range of motion while I do some dynamic regangan. Pun can be a form of warm-up juga. So there are various ways untuk memanaskan diri. All right, time check. It's 8:50. Maybe I'll do a few more questions. And let me see what we have here. Azrul, Coach, apa pendapat Coach jika diet atau jaga makan tapi malas nak bersenam? Adakah ia masih menjamin kita bebas daripada penyakit berkaitan kardio? Now, nothing can guarantee menjamin bebas daripada mana-mana penyakit. All we can do is to cuba mengawal keadaan sebaik mungkin, pemakanan yang okey, gaya hidup yang okey, kawal stres dengan okey, but wallahualam, anything and everything can happen. Hence, justru itu penting lakukan ujian medical check-up sekali-sekala bergantung kepada usia masing-masing supaya we dapat mengenal pasti what's going on inside yang perhaps tak dapat ditangkap daripada just pandangan mata. So there is no jaminan secara umumnya, but yeah, if you hanya jaga makan tanpa bersenam, can you kurangkan berat badan? Yes. Do I encourage it? Suka hati kau. But if you cannot bersenam for whatever reason, sibuk, wallahualam, there will be times in your life where you have no time to bersenam. Paling kurang, when you cannot bersenam, aktifkan diri. Walk, wash your car, clean your house, gotong royong, take the stairs. Yeah, do whatever you can to aktifkan diri. Doesn't have to be senaman secara umumnya. But at the end of the day, you must mengawal pemakanan and then aktifkan diri sebanyak mungkin. Beres. All right, let me see what else we have here. Azura, Waalaikumsalam. Saya sedang kurangkan berat badan. Adakah senaman yang khas untuk kecilkan lengan dan paha sahaja? You cannot just fokus senaman pada bahagian yang ingin dikurangkan sahaja. Yes, you can berdoa untuk tolong bakar lemak paha kiri, punggung kanan dan sebagainya. But doa anda tidak dimakbulkan because you cannot just membuang lemak pada bahagian yang bermasalah sahaja. If that was possible, ramai orang perut kempis, yang lain semua berterabur. But there is no such thing. So you have to bersyukur dengan apa yang ada. Azura, the way your body menyimpan lemak is genetic badan masing-masing. That's why you ada bentuk buah badan yang pelbagai. So your focus in your weight loss journey should be to focus on weight loss secara umumnya, fitness senaman secara umumnya, supaya your body dapat mengurangkan lemak badan secara menyeluruh. And yes, lama-kelamaan, it will mengambil lemak from your problem areas as well, termasuklah your paha, punggung, pipi, lengan dan sebagainya. And at the same time, you can melibatkan senaman bebanan pada bahagian yang mungkin bermasalah. But always remember this. Senaman perut tidak kempiskan perut. Senaman squat tidak kecilkan paha anda. Padahal senaman squat sebenarnya memantapkan, membesarkan otot di bawah lapisan lemak air itu. But still, silalah do your squats, because once you dah berjaya mengurangkan berat badan, yang tertinggalnya will be the otot yang mantap itu supaya dapat jelo yang diharapkan. Cool. Yeah, so Azura, wishing you all the best along the journey. Dan berjaya insya-Allah untuk mengurangkan lemak dan berat badan secara menyeluruh. Ya, you are welcome. You are welcome. Let me scroll down sikit to see any soalan yang lain. Ya, jam dah okay. My jam, I'm not wearing, I feel a bit naked today. I don't have not wearing any watch right now. My Apple Watch berdepan dengan some problems since yesterday. I don't know what happened. Some of you suggested in Facebook and direct message that perhaps the battery to mengembang because of cuaca, which pushes out the watch's face. Mungkin, yeah, we'll see. I will go mungkin tomorrow to Apple or one of the shops to see what's up. It's still under warranty. I bought it less than a year ago. This is the Apple Watch Series 7, so not too worried. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, feels a bit weird right now. No watch here. Okay. La. Aida. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Macam mana hilangkan rasa craving makan benda yang merepek seperti kerepek? Saya cuba nak elak, but kadang-kadang craving tu memanggil. Tolong saya, coach. So again, there's two things. A, you have to again membezakan makanan yang mengenyangkan dan menggembirakan. The kerepek is menggembirakan, can become merepek. So jangan start dengan benda yang merepek like kerepek. So you have to start dengan your fiber and protein, your oats ke, brown rice ke, ayam ke, ikan ke, telur ke, to just alas perut dulu, then makan benda yang agak kurang-kurang menggembirakan. And then nombor dua, malam-malam especially, it's not that you lapar. Malam-malam you tak lapar, malam-malam you gatal because you bosan. You tengok again Netflix and chill ke TV ke apa. So you have to bagi your body sesuatu untuk melayan nafsu gatal. Kalau tak nak tidur pun susah. But jangan melayan the gatalness dengan again makanan yang menggembirakan. Again the merepek menjadi kerepek, jadi kerepek merepek. So if you want to makan kerepek, chocolate, ice cream and all, jangan melayan the craving ketika itu. Start dengan benda yang memuaskan nafsu gatal nak kunyah. Your oats, your cereal, gelobak merah, remote control TV, your phone ke apa. Janji you have some kind of kerak sound mengunyah that will psychologically mengenyangkan to melayan nafsu gatal. And then lepas tu, then you can go for something yang menggembirakan like your kerepek, your ice cream ke coklat. But I guarantee you once you dah melayan dengan benda yang agak mengenyangkan and memuaskan gatal nafsu nak kunyah, you will not makan sebanyak kerepek sehingga dia menjadi merepek. Beres. Beres. Yeah, all right, let's see what else we have here. La. Maybe I'll do one more question. What's my big why? I have no big why, Afifa. You don't always need a big why. People always need to find this ultimate big why of why they want to do something. The reason why you do anything is, of course, kerana Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. That one is lain cerita. But you have to do it for diri sendiri. You yourself, you are and should be your why. It doesn't have to be the biggest of all why. And the why will change demi masa. My why di usia 20-an, 30-an, 40-an has changed. But it's always about me, what I would like to do, what I would like to accomplish. Awal 20-an, mungkin nak mencari teman kehidupan, nampak hebat and all that, fine. It's kepuasan masing-masing. Usia 30-an, it was soal having young children, a young family, ingin menunjukkan contoh teladan yang baik, yang aktif kepada my kids to enjoy masa bersama dengan mereka. Of course, now di 40-an is to mengekalkan quality kehidupan. That's my why. So my why is constant. If you have a big why, it's so big, so amazing, it barangkali will not last for a lifetime and you will burn out. So my advice is don't overcomplicate uncomplicated things. Focus on a why. Yeah, it can be big or small, but make it a constant why, which will have variables along your life. But start dengan diri sendiri, which is the most important thing, and then everything else will follow suit. Beres. Okay, maybe one more question here before we end our session for tonight. Yeah, you're very welcome. And again, apologizing if I don't answer all your questions for tonight. Jangan risau. We have this live Q&A every Tuesday, 8 to 9 p.m. Inshallah. Yeah, all right. Maybe I'll do one more from YouTube, from Yasmin Zainal. Hi, Coach. Hi. Lemon water boleh membantu menurunkan berat badan ke? Ia boleh membantu, but ia tidak menjamin. Those are very two different words. My hand, again, membantu menggerakkan this microphone, but tak menjamin berjaya menggerakkannya because there's so many things yang are part of the chain. Yeah. So what is fungsi lemon water? Air, of course, membantu untuk melawas secara umumnya. We need air untuk fungsi badan in general. Lemon is laxative, membantu untuk melancarkan sistem penghadaman badan. But it's not penentu. There are many things yang memainkan peranan dalam usaha melawas, termasuklah your probiotics, your gut flora, pengambilan fiber, pengambilan air, stress, sugar. There's so many things yang are part of the rangkaian itu. So lemon water, produk detox, jangan membesarkannya. It's nothing luar biasa. Kita melawas hari-hari, kita detox hari-hari. You don't have to have a detox maybe once a year yang lain daripada yang lain. Can be, but you should focus on meregularkan melawas. Contohnya air besar 2 kali sehari. should be a regular thing. And yes, you boleh mempergunakan bahan-bahan semula jadi, like again probiotics, lemon juice, coffee is diuretic, tea is diuretic as well, and fiber and water secara umumnya untuk membantu perlawasan detoxification badan secara umumnya. Alright, thank you so much, Jasmine. Thank you semua. I think we are out of time for tonight. Thank you for all the really amazing question. And thank you so much for sharing the session dengan kawan-kawan seperjuangan. If you haven't done so yet, please do so. And if you have sebarang pertanyaan yang tidak terjawab, feel free to join us next week, or post a question to me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, or YouTube, or email me as well via kevinzahri.com. And semoga perkongsian pada hari ini was meaningful to you. I had a lot of fun, a lot of interesting questions. And I will spend some time juga selepas ini perhaps to petik a few questions and make them into individual video posts for social media. Thank you so much. Enjoy your week. Stay safe, stay active, stay happy. Assalamualaikum, and have a great night. Bye. Thank you so much.